This is Walmart's new Twin Peak knockoff tent. So before you buy it, let me try it and let you know if this tent is worth the money or if it's just funny. Now, I've been testing this tent for a few weeks now. I've had it out on one camping trip with Lila, and it did great in light rain on that. It has been one of the wettest seasons we've had in many years. So much rain has hit this tent, but I'm also going to put it up against the Spackman water torture test in this video. So let's set that up right now. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so if we come inside the tent, we have one door here, one door there, and a door where you guys are. The door where you are can be pulled out into an awning, and then it also has a movie projector screen that goes across the front. So you can close this screen part, sit in here bug-free while watching a movie while you're camping. I think that is awesome. Last year we started bringing projector camping, and I gotta tell you, it is really nice to have a break in the day with your kids and watch a movie in the middle of the woods. It's pretty darn cool. We have a window right here that's screened in, as well as vents up here and vents in all the corners too. So there's 4 other vents down below. Every one of the doors also have screen windows. We have pockets all around. I am seeing 4 pockets. There's 3 right here and then 1 over here. This tent will fit 2 queen-size air mattresses, and I think it's a little over $100, which isn't too bad. Setup with this tent is wicked easy. You stake out the 8 stakeout spots, and then you have 2 peak poles, which don't take up any room inside of the tent because they go along the walls. They're also adjustable with a push of a button. And that's how you get them tight. I like this design. It's very convenient, very easy to set up, and very fast. Now let's get to that Spackman water torture test, because I'm thirsty. All right, so that first hose reel that you saw is a 100-foot retractable hose reel from VEVOR. I bought that over the winter to make the igloo hot tent. And then the second one with this black hose is one that VEVOR sent me to make a video with. This is a 65-foot hose that's 1/2-inch diameter. I wish it was 1 inch, but I'm assuming with the hose reel they can't put 1 inch in there. So I'm gonna sit up here for a half hour. Normally I do an hour, but for this one I'm only gonna do a half hour. Test is set up. You know what time it is. Step 2 time. Cheers. Alright, I only ran the test for 15 minutes. The deer flies were attacking me too bad. I'm calling the test right there. Let's go inside and see how it did. Before we do that, let me talk about my findings with Mother Nature's water torture test. So this has been set up for 3 weeks. It has gone through so much rain, and it was dry until today. The last 2 days we got so much rain, like flooding types of rain. So much rain, and it did let some water in. And here's video from this morning of how much water was in there. That's all there is. Holy crap. That's it. But now let's go in and see how the Spackman water torture test for 15 minutes did. I know it's only 15 minutes, guys, but for the last 3 weeks, it has stayed dry. It actually did very well for 3 weeks until the last 2 days when we got so much rain. So let's check it out. I'm not expecting water to be in here because it was, like I said, it's only been 15 minutes. But you never know. And there is water right there. Where'd it come from? I'm not entirely sure. That might have just came in when I opened the door. Ah, here we go. I really wanted to find out where the water was leaking in the last 2 days. Right here. Here's some water from this door. Here's some more water from this seam right here. More water from the door, from the big door that turns into an awning. Oh, wow. That's a lot of water from that door. This corner, too. Now, like I said, it did leak the last 2 days. There was water in here, but I did dry it up before my test. Because I wanted to see where the water came from. Here's some more over here. The tent fabric's already saturated from being in the rain for the last 2 days. So it didn't take me a whole hour to find out where it's leaking from because the tent was pre-wet, pre-leakage. Let's get out of here and give you my final thoughts on this tent. Those hose reels are freaking awesome from VEVOR. They are so convenient. You pull them and they retract automatically. The springs inside of them will pull those hoses like crazy. Let's show that. That's pretty cool. It's so nice not to have to reel up a hose yourself. When I bought the 100-footer for the Igloo hot tent, the reason why I bought it was for the ease of bringing it inside so it didn't freeze in between layers of ice that I was making. So after every time I put a layer of ice on it, I brought that hose inside, stuck it in the bathtub so it didn't freeze. And that was a huge help. If you guys are interested in those hose reels, I'll leave a link down in the description. Go check them out. They are wicked cool. Final thoughts on the Twin Peak knockoff from Walmart. I say it's a Twin Peak knockoff because it has twin peaks and it's kind of designed the same way, but better in my opinion. It also doesn't have a stove jack, but that doesn't mean you can't put a stove jack in it. I'll leave a link down in the description to a video that I made of how to put a stove jack in anything without sewing. It's pretty cool. Go check that out if you're interested. But this tent, I have to say it's done very well in my testing until we got torrential downpours, flooding type rain. And then it leaked. And even after that, the tent was wet. And 15 minutes after the Spackman water torture test, there was rain in it. If you're using this tent in good weather or light rain, light to moderate, you're going to be fine. Anything heavier than moderate rain, you're going to want to put a tarp over top of it. Any tent that was out in the rain that we got the last couple of days, you should have a tarp over. Because getting wet while you're camping really sucks. And a tarp is a way to stay dry no matter what. If you have a family and you want an easy setup tent, this might be for you. Put the projector screen up, enjoy a bug-free tent while you're watching a movie with some popcorn in the backcountry. It really doesn't get any better than that, guys. Do I think this tent is worth the money or is it just funny? For good weather or light rain, it's definitely worth the money. Most people don't like to go camping in the rain anyways, so you're not going to have to deal with that. For ease of setup, for space, and design of the tent, I think it's worth it, guys. If you plan on camping in very heavy rain without a tarp, this tent is not worth it. I suggest you go with something else. But I'll leave a link to this tent down in the description of walmart.com. If you're interested, go check it out. Thanks for joining me on this tent review. See you guys in the next one. Twin Peak Knockoff by Ozark Trail. It's pretty cool.